Hi Noreen, how are you? Come in.
Hello.
My name's Conor. Nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
And welcome to take a seat, and there's a drink there if you'd like to have a sip at any time.
Thank you very much.
How's your morning been?
Morning's been beautiful. Yeah, the weather's just gorgeous.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, really lovely. I went for a big walk this morning.
Oh, great.
Went down to the beach and I walked about 6k.
Yeah, it's a good distance.
Just beautiful.
Yeah, nice. And you walk quite regularly, I take it?
Yeah. Walk nearly every day. Hopefully reach my 10,000 steps every day.
Yeah.
And that's my goal. So some days I get there and some days I don't.
Yeah, well, as we do, I'm sure. There's days where I hope to do a little bit more, but I end up doing a little bit less. But, you know, there's always tomorrow where we can make up for it.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And first of all, I just want to say thank you for taking some time to participate in this interview. As you know, part of my studies is a particular assessment when we have to conduct an interview. So I really appreciate you taking the time. And all the format is just for us to converse about something you have on your mind, whether it is something in the past or in the future or even present. And we can talk about an array of things. Is there anything that you would like to talk about in which we could perhaps provide a solution to?
Well, the job I work in, I'm an instrument technician. We do a lot of manual lifting and that. So sometimes, you know, my body does ache.
Yeah.
And but probably the biggest thing I would like is to learn how to do some weight lifting.
Okay.
You know, particular exercise that I think, you know, as you get older, your bones get weaker. So I need something to make my bones a little bit stronger. And to know how to do those weight bearing exercise, that would be really great.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. So where have you heard this from? That weights actually might increase the density of your bones and make your muscles a little bit stronger, because it's true. But I'm just curious to see where you learned this.
I've read actually, you know, and I do see it on the TV a lot, but I've read,
Yeah.
you know, a lot about it, and it does say, to do some weight bearing, and it does help, you know, make your bones stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, fantastic.
And as I do a lot of walking, I think that I'm really good at the walking, but I think the lifting and the weight bearing, I need to improve on.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And how do you think you could go about actually improving? I'd be more than willing to help you, but is there any other ideas on how you think you might be able to implement this weight program into your life?
Well, I think knowing the exercise, and I can either research them or I can actually ask you and you can show me how to do them.
Yeah, I'd be more than willing, more than happy to.
Yeah. So
For sure.
I think, you know, and especially one-on-one, you showing me that way, I think would be better than me just going on the internet and seeing what exercise I have to do.
Yeah, no, I can most definitely can. Well, in a separate consult, we can go through some of the movements that you might actually be performing at work,
Yeah.
and also look at, you know, where these aches and pains or these niggles might be arising, whether they are before or after or during work, and we can then determine what type of exercises we can do.
Yeah.
And it could be at a gym or it could be in our gym that we have out the back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd be more than willing to run up a program for you. And just first of all, how often do you think you might be able to implement it into your life, this program, if it were only going for, you know, 20 or 30 minutes?
I think maybe twice a week would be probably adequate.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
definitely, and you would get benefits from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, at the moment, you know, the weather's beautiful. I'm doing lots of gardening, so I am outside. So, you know, and to the exercise outside as well, it'd be beautiful to be able to bring that in and, you know, and get some benefits, you know, from it as well, from my body.
No, definitely. Well, you just mentioned gardening there. That's no easy feat and no easy task, and we have a fantastic garden out the back. I imagine there'd be quite a lot of manual labouring involved within that. Could you tell me a bit more about that?
Yeah, so we have a lovely garden. We have lots of flowers and lots of trees. We have 2 veggie patches,
Wow.
which we've got lots of vegetables in, with silver beet, lots of herbs,
Yeah.
lettuce, celery, and so it's just beautiful. And our next project, I think we're going to get a beehive.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think the benefits from having your own honey is great for your immune. It's an anti-inflammatory as well, and it's supposed to keep you young if you eat the right honey as well. So
Yeah, for sure. No, I could
yes, so,
definitely attest to that.
yeah,
Through some of the literature I've read myself, it's really important to prioritise your nutrition, which it sounds like you're doing, and even just growing food in your own backyard, it gives you great access to some really fresh and organic vegetables. So
Yeah.
credit to you for doing that.
yeah. No, I think having your own vegetables is fantastic. And on top of that, we like to put, we have a couple of compost heaps, and we, like to recycle all our food waste and putting that back into the soil. I think it's great. And
Yeah,
it's good
definitely.
exercise for me as well.
It is, yeah, it is. I just wanted to touch on that. How often do you actually work in the garden? Is it most days?
Yeah, most days I'll go out and have a little look, and maybe once a week have a really good, day. Because I nearly work full time, so getting that full day to do the gardening is hard too.
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah. So.
It sounds like there's sorry, you're going about to say something?
Yeah, no. So it's just great, when you do get the opportunity to go out and enjoy, and when the weather is good, especially in spring, it's just amazing.
Yeah, no, most definitely, it is beautiful.
Yeah.
In terms of implementing a program, I'd really like to strategise it around, like you said, you work full time, you work in the garden, that seems like it's a great priority, and you walk as well.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely take that in consideration when we do go through the exercises and the time period of it.
Yeah.
To ensure to condense it so it doesn't feel like you're doing a million things at once.
That's right. Yeah, no, that'd be great, and I'd really appreciate if you can show me the exercise, and keep on top, make sure I do them as well, and
No, I most definitely would.
fantastic.
Do you have any prior experience in exercises in the gym?
No, actually I've never gone to the gym, so yeah, so we have a cross trainer, so I use that a little bit.
Yep.
And no, I really would appreciate if you
No,
could
that's
show me.
for sure, and it's great to hear that you're so enthused. And having no prior experience is really only just means it's quite exciting because there's new novelties that we can add into your life, so it's just going to be this big learning experience for yourself, and I'm pretty excited for you. And in terms of another learning experience, you just mentioned a beehive.
Yeah.
And so you...
Time? I think you're...
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you just mentioned a beehive. And so is this a new project?
This is a new project, yes, so we haven't had bees before. My brother in Ireland has bees, so I have watched him, how he removes the honey from the hive.
Yep.
But the hive we're getting is a flow hive.
Okay.
So it's going to be a little bit different than the normal one. So as far as I know, there's a tap on it, and when the honey is ready, we can turn the tap and get the honey in the jar and eat it straight away.
Sounds very easy.
It sounds easy, yes. Yeah. So, but I'm sure, look, there's a lot more work, that we have to do with it as well.
And a lot more work. How do you plan on addressing that? Or how do you plan on finding out? Will you ring your brother, or are there any things that you can do to
Yes,
make
I
it
already
easy?
talked to my brother, but I will do a lot of research. I'll do a reading on it.
Okay.
And so hopefully the beehive will come in the next week or two, and then we have to get our swarm of bees and the queen bee.
Yes, yeah.
And then from there it'll be, hopefully, it'll all work out.
Have you planned on how you're actually going to get the queen bee?
No, not yet. So,
okay.
Sorry, one other thing.
Yeah, please, for sure. Well, welcome.
So your brother Dermot, his neighbour has beehives, so he has said that he will give him a swarm, and I'm sure he'll give him a queen bee as well.
Okay, hopefully it's safely transported.
So hopefully, yeah.
Without a doubt, that's good.
So I think it's exciting. I think, having a beehive will just be amazing. It'll be another project that we can learn from.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Well, like you mentioned, although there's a bit of work involved, it sounds like you could perhaps ask Dermot's neighbour. They might be able to help you out too. I think that'd be...
Yeah, I think that'd be great actually. I'm sure he'll come over and he'll suggest, different ideas, that we haven't thought of before as well.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, so I think it'll be fantastic, yeah. So, I mean, he has 2 or 3 beehives on his roof.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
But,
so we have to choose a nice spot where to put our beehive as well.
And in terms of choosing a nice spot and also installing it, have you thought about this?
Yeah, so I think it should go on the southeast side of the house, and it has to be raised because the bees have to fly into it.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, so we're going to have to make a frame and put the beehive on top, and hopefully not to get many stings along the way.
Yeah, no, hopefully not. Fingers crossed. It sounds like a fantastic initiative though.
Yeah.
And very exciting, I'd imagine too.
It will be, yeah. It will be, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to be that hard, so I think we'll manage it quite well.
Yeah, great. It sounds like, as we just mentioned, there's a lot of people that can help you out with it. Dermot to David and to Dermot's neighbour.
That's right.
Ollie, also your brother, and also the internet. So it it sounds like you have no trouble in doing so,
Yeah.
and that's
exactly.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And but I'd also just like to go back to what we were speaking about before, in terms of when we will introduce this strength and conditioning program. I also think it actually might help with your gardening.
Yes, it
And
would.
yeah, you're aware of some of the benefits that might cross over?
No, but you can tell me about them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, essentially, if we go into the gym, not only will we look at the patterns and movements that you are performing during work, but also in gardening. The movements are quite similar to lifting a weight. It's all quite natural movements. So we'll strategize our strength and conditioning program in the gym to be quite similar to not only work, but also in the gardening. So when you're actually, picking up whatever it is, a shovel of dirt, a soil, a mulch, or perhaps lifting, or perhaps even turning something, whether that be the tap for the flow hide. If we perform these exercises in the gym, we'll make all these things much easier, much more fluid.
Yeah.
How does that sound?
That sounds great, actually. Yeah, I'll look forward to that, actually.
Ah,
and
great.
yeah, it'll make my body, a lot stronger as well, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We'll definitely address that in our next consult.
That's great.
As for now, is there anything? Do you have any questions or anything that you'd like to ask me?
No, I think that's fine. I think as long as you show me the exercise, I'll get onto that, and I look forward to consulting with you, down the track.
For sure. Welcome to my office anytime.
Thank you very much.
Oh, good. Thank you. I'll see you at the door anyway.
Thank you. Lovely to meet